Expensive things Pop Smoke owned. Rapper Pop Smoke was on his way to building his legacy. Born in Brooklyn, his sound swept the rap game by storm and was instantly a fan favorite. His luxurious lifestyle really took a step up after he began his music career. Things were not always like this for the late rapper, but things weren't necessarily that bad either. Growing up in the neighborhood of Canarsie, in Brooklyn, Pop Smoke made a name for himself locally in his youth. From a young age, he was showcasing his ability to make some money and support himself. Hustle was always in his genes. Envy eventually led to the end of Pop Smoke's career after he was gunned down in Los Angeles. Today at Lime Report, we will be taking a closer look at the 20-year-old's lavish lifestyle and covering the topic, expensive things Pop Smoke owned. From cars to jewelry, he was rich in the pockets as well as the mind. His tragic death wasn't something taken lightly by his fans. Often mentioning his expensive drip in many of his songs, it is obvious that Pop had a certain taste for the higher-end lifestyle he lived. His career was so short, nobody knows what he could have amassed to. Watch until the end to ensure that you don't miss a single detail on Pop Smoke's expensive and luxurious behavior. Do you think that his lavish lifestyle and social media flossing could have led to his tragic death? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to ensure you never miss a video. Also, be sure to comment keyword rich to enter for your chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Pop Smoke was familiar with living lavishly. Growing up in Canarsie, he was surrounded by it. At a young age, Pop tried to do what he could to make a name for himself. Before rapping, he had some other career plans set ahead of him. Brooklyn is infamous for breeding music prodigies, but the late rapper was different. Pop Smoke had a chance to reinvent the music culture of the city. At a young age, Pop was already making more than your average teenager, just not in your typical way. We will get more into that later. Canarsie is known for the floss, which Bashar Jackson, also known as Pop Smoke, mentions in many of his songs. You go in to see a lot of flossing, a lot of young kids, they look rich, he said about the Brooklyn neighborhood. They got cars, designer bags, designer belts, designer sneakers. They get a lot of money over there. Pop Smoke is talking about his neighborhood in Brooklyn, Canarsie, which is also recognized as the Flossy. Pop was actively in the Flossy. He was also one of those young bosses in the neighborhood. Growing up, Pop was a skilled basketball player and almost made a career out of it. He was so good at running the point guard position, he received a scholarship from one of the highest-rated prep schools in Philadelphia. The school was known for breeding basketball stars and helping them earn scholarships from top college teams. At just 15, he would move to Philadelphia for the basketball program he was offered, but it would not last very long. Pop was a controversial kid. Growing up in a troubled neighborhood, it was not uncommon. A scrap that occurred outside of a restaurant in Philly would send the aspiring hooper back to Brooklyn, and his chances at the prep school quickly diminished. To put the icing on the cake for Pop's basketball dreams, he was diagnosed with a heart murmur, which would sideline him for good. Pop would evolve from there and realized it was time for another approach to gain success. He would later turn to sell drugs, which was not uncommon for young people to do in Canarsie. From 16 up until his rap stardom, Pop Smoke was running the streets of Brooklyn. At only 16, he bought a BMW 5 Series, which brand new off the lot would cost around $50,000. You like nice things? You gotta do things to get nice things, he said. At 16, I had a 5 Series, he continued. The blue and creamy interior luxury mobile was Pop Smoke's prized possession. He proved to his haters that he could do whatever he desired. His ambition is obviously what led to the rapper quickly becoming one of the biggest new names in the world. In 2012, he was already viral via World Star. A video that bounced around all kinds of social media platforms showed a young Pop Smoke getting slapped by a group of young Brooklyn hooligans. "I'm glad it happened as a kid," he said. "I realized it's time to boss up. Life ain't sweet," the Brooklyn-born rapper continued. Boss up, he did. Buying a $50,000 car isn't something many people achieve at only 16 years old. The street life did have its consequences, with a 20-year-old rapper catching a gun charge that would see him serve 2 years on house arrest. Keep watching as things continue to get more interesting. In a video that surfaced the internet when Pop was 19, an interviewer with a camera was speaking to the rapper and his friends while kicking back in his neighborhood, Canarsie. In the video, Pop Smoke would point out how he was only 19 years of age and would often point out to the cameraman to take a look at what he was wearing.
Listen, bro, I'm 19, bro. You see my body? Hold on, catch the drip.
The late rapper was head to toe in expensive designer clothes before he had ever released a song. Eventually, after his name blew up on social media because of his hit music taste, he would supply himself with another luxurious car. Pop Smoke paid off a Snow White Range Rover after his name blew up on social media because of his hit song, Welcome to the Party. Before then, his first hit, which he made completely on accident titled NPR, would get 14 million views on YouTube. What's crazy is that the music video for the song was all shot locally. He did everything on his own. After his good friend Jay Guapo fell asleep in a studio session that hosted the late rapper, Pop would take matters into his own hands and record a song. With little effort scrolling on YouTube-type beats, he came across a beat titled by a well-known London producer, 808 MELLY. MELLY was infamous for his work in the UK drill scene, which emerged from Chicago's revolutionary drill music. The UK producer and Pop Smoke's friendship started off a little bit on the awkward side. After I found 808 MELLY on YouTube, he hit me up and told me to pay for the beat. Pop laughs. But at that time, I wasn't even collecting money from the music. I was making music to make music. I was doing it for fun. After the two got over the awkward meeting curve, MELLY would go on to help Pop Smoke release his project, Meet the Woo. If you see Pop Smoke, you know it gotta be 808 there. 808's my boy, he confirms. Bashar Jackson oftentimes raps about his high-risk, high-reward lifestyle and his party bangers. His hit song Dior really emulates the lifestyle he lived. Designer brands, fast cars, and overall having money is the focus of the song. Anyone can listen to it. The song is a whole mood. Mixed with his growls, Pop would oftentimes refer to designer clothing in his music to make it clear to the fans how he was coming. Mike Amiri, a famous clothing designer, was even a part of the hook in the song in which he shouts out the drip. Pop has come out and mentioned his favorite brands that he oftentimes sports. I like Louis Vuitton. I like Mike Amiri. Mike Amiri is the bleep. I like Young Thug's line, Spider, Ev Bravado, Off-White, and Dapper Dan. The 20-year-old rapper is educated on his high-end fashion, taking inspiration from Queens-based rap legend 50 Cent. He made a track that could convince you it was indeed 50. The song titled PTSD mentions how Pop's street life and dealing with pain were a big part of his success and upbringing. He raps on the song with a bar that says, "I be spoiling myself so I can ease the pain." Maybe this explains Pop Smoke's love for spending. When Bashar Jackson was murdered, it took place in his Hollywood Hills home in which he would rent. Although the house was rented, that doesn't mean it is cheap by any means. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Teddy Mellencamp, who is musician John Mellencamp's daughter, was actually the owner of the home. After she received the news about the massacre that went down in her home, she went on to release a statement stating, "Earlier this AM, we were informed by a third-party leasing and management company overseeing a rental home we own in Los Angeles that a shooting had taken place at the property." Mellencamp wrote, "Foremost, we would like to extend our prayers and condolences to the family and loved ones affected by this tragic loss of life." According to Zillow, the home's estimated rent value was just above $10,000 a month, which Pop Smoke had been paying to stay in the home. Teddy Mellencamp bought the home in 2018 for an estimated $4 million. The home was broken into after Pop had leaked his own address on Instagram via his story. The video showcased his new arrival of designer Mike Amiri bags directly sent to him. Unfortunately for the late rapper, he did not realize that the home address was visible in the video. The next night, 4 men in masks and hoodies approached the home for what seemed to be a robbery. According to authorities, only one of the men were armed. The only shots fired in the home ended up killing the Brooklyn-born rap star. Do you think that Pop Smoke's internet boasting led to his tragic murder? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Before then, Pop Smoke's career was on the rise. Working with some of the biggest names in the music industry, his career trajectory was only up. His high-end lifestyle is one that many people idolize. Pop Smoke made it clear that anyone could achieve what he did. His troubled childhood would eventually lead to great things. From drug dealing, Pop Smoke would eventually make his money the clean way with his rap career. Before the fame, Bashar Jackson had the floss. He was the embodiment of Canarsy's nickname.
It's different, you understand? It's really different around here, bro. They say they spinning through the floors. I don't know where they spinning. They getting lost.
The luxury cars, nice homes, and very expensive clothing solidified Pop Smoke's status. New York's music culture was in the midst of its rival. The late Pop Smoke played a big role in it. Buried in Brooklyn, fans crowded the streets to share their condolences for the fallen rapper as his procession rolled through the city. He obviously meant a lot to the people of Canarsie. Pop's perseverance is what really helped the 20-year-old make it as far as he did. Living like a boss from a young age, Pop's success was imminent. Do you think that jealousy was the eventual motive for the murder of Brooklyn-born rapper Pop Smoke? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to Line Report, where we covered expensive things that Pop Smoke owned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to ensure that you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to comment keyword RICH to enter for your chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. See you next time on Line Report.